So I'm really excited to come here and talk tonight. This is one of my absolute favorite topics when it comes to this business. And I hope I can just shed some light on it for you and really help you think about network marketing in a new way, because network marketing the business is duplication. Like this, to me, everything that everyone has taught us so far through these amazing weeks are going to help us get sales, get customers, acquire customers. But when it comes to the true thing that people are going after in this business, it is all about duplication. It really is. So I would love for you guys to think real quick and throw in the chat, why did you say yes to Isagenix? Or why are you saying yes now? What excites you the most? Why are you here? What do you want with Isagenix? What is the reason? I want to hear. Why Isagenix? Community, financial freedom, time freedom, the biz opportunity. Why, Ashley, the biz opportunity? Said yes for a healthy pregnancy. Yes, Jen, I remember that. Bring freedom to other families, physically and financially. Freedom, choice, ease. Weight wellness, freedom to others, like I found, and the best life ever. Yes. So everyone deserves to feel this good, because I knew I needed more. Yep. So think through what needing more is to you. What does that mean? Think through, and you can put in the chat, or you can not. The vehicle for extra income. Christine believed in you. Right. Oh, that's really sweet. I love that. That's awesome that you're here because someone believed in you. You guys, that's so powerful, right? We believe and other people borrow our belief, and then sometimes they show up here, which is incredible. So the common thread that I get, and not everyone is the same, and that's cool, but the common thread that I get is some form of freedom or some form of service to others or helping others. And I knew I was going to get this stuff. I knew I could ask and that I would get this sort of thing, right? People are craving freedom. People are not necessarily here for a sales job. Who here is for a sales job? Who just totally loves and digs sales? Tell me if you do. Put a 1 in the chat if you do. If you're like, yes, I'm here for sales. You're not here for a sales job, Amanda. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you couldn't imagine the corporate rat race again. That was me. Totally, Sarah. So sales, you guys, is very different from network marketing. And the key difference is the art of duplication, the art and science of duplication. That's really, really what it is. And you're right. I never was planning on saying yes to a sales job. And there is psychology around this business that is sales. Yes, we are collecting a payment. I personally don't say we're not in the business of selling. Like, I don't like to say that we're not that, but we are. The essence of what we are in network marketing is so much more and so much different than that. And so tonight, what I really want to do is share, yes, Teresa, sharing and educating. And that is one of the key things. And I remember sitting down with Amanda over coffee 7 years ago, and she was educating me on what Isagenix is, right? She was connecting me. We are the connectors to the information, and then we are the teachers or the educators to teach other people to do the same. And I want you to think through your numbers, and you don't have to put it in the chat, but I want you to think through your numbers of how many people you have enrolled personally and how many are in your organization. And that number, and I will tell you mine. We've enrolled right around 200 people, and we have 7,700 in our organization. We're almost there. So 200 divided by 7,700. That ratio, you get that sort of a thing. 200 divided by 7,700. It's like 2.5%. We have personally brought in 2.5% of our organization. That means that 97.5% of our organization came through some sort of duplication. And I want you guys to grasp that. And I want you to grasp that I am just one person. I am one person. I am not special. I did not come in with network marketing experience. I Sure, I came in with business experience, right? So we all start on gotta get one out of the tub. I totally get it, Christy. We all start, I thought you were saying you got to get on the tub. I was going to say, stay in the tub. I love baths. I take baths like 3 to 5 nights a week. But you guys, we all start somewhere different. And so sure, we all bring our past with us, but I want you to really, 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 really grasp the concept of duplication and why it's important. And so what I want to talk about why duplication, because without duplication, it is a sales job that we have. It is getting people started on products and collecting their info, and then it's coaching them. But that is very transactional, right? It's them and us and them and us. And then without duplication, we also cannot help other people do the same. So that's what's really powerful. And that is what is so different about this business. We are in the business of helping others and serving others. And I know there are so many servant hearts on this team. And I know that, you know, the idea of having a fulfilled type of work that feels super, super fulfilling is by teaching others to do the exact same thing that we do. You know, I know Teresa's on here and she always had a passion for healthcare and she's worked in some offices for healthcare. But as the person working in that, or if she were to be a provider, we have a lot of healthcare providers on our team, that person is the only person that is changing lives. That ripple effect cannot happen because it's the patient room, you know, it's the patient and the doctor or the healthcare provider working on that life change, and it can't become that ripple effect. You know, we now have individuals, and I want you to picture this, and I want you to envision having, you know, I tell someone, I being yourself, right? I being Jamie Taylor, Betsy Peterson, Emily, Sarah, Randy, Michelle, all of you guys, I want you to picture yourself doing it. Ashley, I tell someone who tells someone who tells someone who tells someone who tells someone, and 10 people away from you, lives are being changed and they didn't even know about you. They didn't even know that you existed. And yeah, you're getting that BV, you're getting paid on that, but that ripple effect and that purpose and that servant heart that you had to change those lives, when you master duplication, that's how that can happen. We have people like 10PET who we don't even know. In South Dakota, sure, it's expanded from there. We have someone in Alaska, Gretchen was telling me, using the products. I had no idea, you guys. That is what you want. That is how it becomes a freedom business. That is how it becomes so different from a sales job where, you know, you're constantly trying to meet a quota, or New Zealand, Teresa, exactly. And the way that happens is because Teresa is empowered to go and do and use our systems and make it happen. So, you know, kind of, I wanted to grasp the concept of like why we should care about duplication so much and why maybe we should care about it like at even a higher level than we already do. Who is planning on plugging into like New Year's kickoff, for example? Yes, everyone. So whether you watch it at home, whether you watch a small watch party, whether you watch it from Dallas, whatever it is that you choose to do is perfect. And that's a duplicatable type of an event, right? So I always am thinking, what is it that lit me up? And how can I take that and pass the baton forward? Because that's really what we're doing. We're passing the baton. So if you created a product experience and you can no longer live without Ionics or Bia or your breakfast shake, how can you take that and empower others and pass that baton forward, if you will? Okay. And so if the event, who here, an event was the first thing that lit them up? I know that's very common. Who here, you were like, it was an event that did it for me? Yes, Jamie, absolutely. I remember that was a celebration, I think, if I'm correct. And, you know, I remember, PETA did that. And I mean, Amanda, I remember you talking about going to Boston and really realizing what it was, right? Like, wow, this is actually like, and those events, you guys, those events are duplicable. We can do that. We can plug people into the events. And I don't want to be anyone's be all end all. That's the other thing, right? I don't want to be the reason that, you know, Teresa is reaching out to her girl in New Zealand, or that Teresa wants to I want Teresa's story with Isogenics to be her story with Isagenix and her story that she's creating. I play a small role in that, but it's a small role. She's the one that goes and feels empowered and creates, right? She creates that. Jamie Taylor, exactly. PETA lighting you up. That means that Julie Coughlin now doesn't have to feel like, oh, I got to be, no, she's empowered you to go find your people and find what Isagenix is for you, because for Julie, it might be something different, right? Danny, same thing. Exactly. I love that. So without duplication, it's a sales job. That's number one. Without duplication, others cannot change their lives. They can't. We can change lives with products, but they can't change their life by earning life-changing income without duplication. And they can't go change someone else's life without duplicating that to someone else. And then duplication creates the freedom. And this is number 3. I have 5 whys. Sorry, maybe I missed that point. 5 whys. Number 3, duplication creates the freedom and the repeat business as well. So if someone feels connected to the tools and they know where to go to get the information about the products, and then all of a sudden they get pregnant, instead of freaking out and turning off their auto ship and saying, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant, I can't use these anymore, I don't know what to do, or feeling like, oh my gosh, well, say it's, I'll just use Teresa because she hasn't had a kid, right? And there's someone on Teresa's team and they're like, oh, well, she hasn't had that. I don't know anyone who's pregnant. I'm just going to shut it off. If they feel empowered to go to isagenixhealth.net already, then when they get pregnant, they're like, oh, I can go, I'll just go look. I'll go see what I can learn about it, right? So it's constantly teaching those tools to make sure that the tools are what duplicate, and that our customers and our business builders are not people dependent on us. And it's empowering. It's great to, and I know they talked about this, either Zach or Lynn, or maybe David said this on that call. We can teach someone, we can give someone a fish and they'll eat for a day, or we can teach someone to fish and they'll eat for a year. It's the same in this business. We can give someone a premium pack or a value pack and they'll eat for the month. And then we teach them how to incorporate the products and to go look for what they need and how to plug into the groups and plug into the tools and plug into the videos. And we're actually empowering them to use Isagenix for life. Like, that's how they're going to use Isagenix for life. They're going to love it so much and feel empowered and connected to the company, right? We get to continue to provide good customer service and everything. And then why duplication? Because it creates, so this is number 4. I can do that. Number 4 is I can do that. So think about, and Zach calls it the holy grail of network marketing. You want everyone that comes in to think, gosh, I can do that. And I will say, Amanda is very, 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 very good at this. In times when she, it's probably intentional, even I don't realize it's intentional. Everything she has done along the way, I'm like, oh, I can do that. It's very empowering to look at what she does. And she, she doesn't make it complicated, or she doesn't, over sell herself. She just is doing the steps, and she's always done the steps and mastered the mundane really from day one. So it's that whole feeling of empowerment and creating that I can do that mentality in everyone you come across. You're terrible at that one, Sarah? Is that the one you're saying? Yep. Okay. So if people come to you, and I have had it, it's normal, I think, but it's really good if you've never had someone say to you, oh, I can never do what you do. That's a good thing. If they say that to you, it's a clue. And I've had people say that to me, right? That's a clue that, oh gosh, I probably need to make this less complicated. Okay. And then the 5th one, and I think this one is super, super key, why duplication, is because it creates an abundance of people to forever enter your organization. Like I'm talking about, right? So, when we say yes to network marketing, we know X number of people, but the people that we know at the beginning and the people that we enroll, they are just simply that top line of our organization. Zach says the people we enroll are the doorway, not the destination. The people we enroll are the doorway, not the destination. So if the people that I know are the doorway. Well, that means that 2 PET, 3, 4, 5 PET, all of that is like, that's the gold. That's where you're probably going to find some of your biggest business partners. That's where you're going to, really be able to uncover the lives that you can change. You may be thinking, gosh, I want to find an ace. I want to find this person that has all of these traits. They may not be the person that you enroll. They might be the person that person enrolls, or that person enrolls, right? And then you get to like dig in your tree and try to find those people. And the concept of like never running out of people. I mean, I love, and Barbie Erickson on our team and I have always said, when we're 40 years old, we're going to have 20-year-olds joining our business. And that's exciting to me, right? I mean, I'm going to be 39 next year, and so I'm 38, and there are some like 22, 23-year-olds right now, not because I'm out there hanging out with the 22, 23-year-olds, but because the duplication is happening, right? So helping the next generation. Exactly. And Sarah, okay, so I tend to do all the work in a huge way. I show up and do so much, people think it's hard. That is good self-awareness and something you can totally work on. And it is it's like a skill to learn it or to master it, and to be super diligent in your duplication practice and keeping it super simple. So what I have is really the top ways. So how I want you guys to think about duplication, because that's why it's so important. How to duplicate. 1, pick a system and stick to it, and commit to sticking to it for literally years, you guys, literally years. And I will tell you, we have out at, and I mean, if Amanda wants, we can do a different call on it, or, they have the 2-step system out. I know Matt has put together the 2-step system. They have a PDF. We have, Jake and I just put together, and we've been using it now for about a year, a website. It's leadersrisehere.com. You're welcome to look at it. You're welcome to use the steps in there if it makes sense to you, but it's really getting so clear. And I mean, the steps are the normal steps. The steps are inviting people to take a look, and the steps are making your list, and the steps are create curiosity, and then the steps are get paid and get people paid, and then retention. But we have to be so diligent in making sure that we are not veering outside of that or spending time on something that isn't that, and that every single thing that we do and every single thing that we teach and we train falls with the system. And every time someone is ready to get started, we can say, okay, what do I do on the initial call? I do an initial consult, and I talk through their goals, and I share my story, and I talk through the cost conversation of how much are they spending per day. Every single time I'm going to do it the exact same. So pick a system and stick to it with no distractions. Don't allow other distractions to come in. And that's one thing that I've gotten really clear on, because you will see other teams doing different things, and you will see people training on different things, and you will see, oh, we're using an 11-day shred every single month, and so that's how I'm going to build. I'm going to do, but it takes years to really develop a culture into an organization. It takes years to get everyone on board and everyone doing the exact same thing. Another really good, like if literally your main system is using the Penny app, that's what Lindsay Wynea talked about, Penny. If your system is every single day using the Penny app, that is a system. That is a, and I mean, I use that for sure as like my contacts as part of it, but that is a system. Using the Penny app as a system, using that to connect with people, to save some scripts in there that you really like, to follow up with people. And then when you have someone who comes on board and you can say, I use the Penny app, you can tell them, you can literally tell your new person, download the Penny app. This is what we're going to do. Who here uses the Penny app? Let me just ask that. Yes. Good. You guys, it's totally a system. Like that is a system. And the reason it's funny, because I've talked, like Jamie Taylor and I were talking, she's like, system, like I don't even totally understand what the word system, if that freaks you out or you're like, what is that? Just think of it as a process. It's your process. It's literally your process. So if your process, and that's that, the 2-step system that Matt uploaded to Be Brave a while ago, that is, enrolling your first 10 and then getting to manager and creating managers. That's a system. If that's literally, if you're like, this is what we do here, we enroll our first 10 and then we get to manager and create managers. Then we enroll 10 and we get to manager and create managers. Like, you're going to get to executive by doing that. The system of, the 2-step system, using the Penny app, like just create such a clear vision, because that's the other thing. Whenever you have a new person start, if you're not super, super clear on how to go about it, they are not going to be clear either. And a confused mind does nothing. A confused mind does nothing. And I really strongly believe that in this business, it is simple, but we get so caught up in like, well, should I try this? Or should I invite to this challenge? Or should I do this? Or, what about this event? Or should I have a launch party? Or should I post on social media? And people get so confused and bogged down that they just like spend the time scrolling on Facebook instead. And then they like maybe put out a good post. And then they're like, okay, that's all I can handle for today. Like, overwhelm has hit, right? Exactly. So look at some of Teresa's verbiage. Exactly. I also love to show them, this is exactly what I did to help you get started. Reach out to you. This is exactly what I did. I'm going to show you how to do exactly what I did. The systems, the process that you are using to find success, showed it from the rooftops with your people. Like the process of drawing out the compensation plan, the process of inviting people to New Year's kickoff because it lit you up. I mean, that's the process. It's the handing the baton process. It's like, it really is. So that is, pick a system, stick to it, and no distractions. And then number 2 that I have there is be diligent. Be diligent in your process all the way down to the little things. So, and that would be where in my early days, if I would ask Amanda about an ingredient, she would say, I think that's out at isoproduct.com. Go check it out. She wouldn't give me the answer. She probably could have. Who else has experienced that in Amanda? Yep. You guys, it's intentional. And it's okay if you don't realize it yet. It's intentional, because what Zach said on the call, which was very powerful, he said, sure, you're teaching them that you don't answer those questions. You're teaching them that you don't work for them. There's that side. But the maybe more exciting side of it is that you're teaching them that they can do more than they even thought they could do. You're empowering them. You're saying, I believe in you, so you go find it. Guess what? It helps build people's self-belief to go and do. It helps every single time that someone on our team, or anyone I'm talking to, Jamie Taylor, I mean, she could be like, oh my gosh, Allison, I have this new person. I did this call. It was amazing. That whole process, not only did she have results, but it built her self-belief. It empowered her to go to the next level. Who out there is like, we are our own worst critics, right? We are the ones knocking ourselves down. We have to, and I know, Teresa, how many people did you reach out to over the past week or two? I'm putting you on the spot.
At least 40.
At least 40 people in the last 2 weeks. She has reached out to with a voice note. Hi, I want to talk to you about this. I really want you to take a look. How many people have you gotten in front of with the presentation?
I had 3 this week and 2 next week.
Right. Awesome. And how did it feel? This is my last question for you. I won't put you on too much. How did it feel after the presentations?
So like even the first one, I know we talked about it, but I was dreading it and I don't know why, but as soon as it was over, I was like, okay, I could like go like run a marathon right now. Just like so energizing and like just validating like, oh, like they're interested. They want to take a look. Like I'm just, providing them with some information. I'm educating them and empowering them to go to these websites that they had questions about. And it's just so simple to just send them a couple links and then get them enrolled.
Yeah. Yep. And that is incredible. And kudos to you. And I wanted you to just share that because that's what it is. Her belief then for herself, because self-belief is the one that wavers the most, her belief is through the roof because she has reached out to those people. She didn't die. She also only got like 2 hard no's, a ton of, crickets that she's following up on, 5 presentations in the works. Of those, I think all 5 have been added to our product group. Open, interested, some in the business, some in the products. And that's just adding to her belief for the next level, right? So, and that's the duplication. Like that is we get to go out and teach and show and tell people like, I believe in you and you can do this. And so I'm going to push you a little bit to go do a little bit more and take it and run with it. And guess what? Along the way, we have this super clear way and steps that I don't ever want you to veer from, because every conversation matters and we want to treat it the exact same way. And that's number 3. Treat it like a franchise handbook. I don't know if you guys, my numbers, I know 1 through 5, whatever. Treat it like a franchise handbook. So there's like Papa Murphy's in town here, and Lindsay Wynea, she came from Papa Murphy's franchises. That's what she did before. She talked about it. She talked about all the debt at the beginning of the David Wood call that she incurred. The Papa Murphy's here in town should have the exact, where I live in Prior Lake, should have the exact same handbook as the Papa Murphy's that are in Woodbury, or that are in Alexandria, Virginia, or that are in Peru, Illinois. They should be all the same. And so treat your business like your franchise handbook, really, 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 really. And then, number 4 is just repeat and tell. Like you guys, there's not much more about this business that is more complex than mastering, really the skills in the 6 weeks of the David Wood training. And who on here, I want you to comment in the chat if you have watched all 6, because I want to shout you out. I want to say major kudos to you. Good. That is awesome. Giza, is it Giza? 4. You've done 4. 5, Sarah, Jeffrey, okay. Yep. Good. Davey, you've done all 6. Good. Good for you. That is awesome. Kudos to you. Major kudos on that, because I know it's a lot of hours of time, but everything that was trained on in those 6 weeks that's the whole business. Like there is no more secret. There is nothing beyond it. Like there isn't, all the way from the vision to the connecting to the getting customers started, wrapping it up this week with duplication being the secret sauce is really, that's the whole business, right? And so I want you guys to really think through, deciding today that you have it in you to do this. Nothing is more complex than what was presented. And use Teresa as an example of, wow, okay, I feel a little nervous, but I'm going to do it anyway. I've never sent voice notes to people, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to ask them to take a look and see what happens on the other side of that. I'm going to start with 5. I'm going to start with 3. And really get comfortable asking and inviting, because I think we get in this swirl spin of, oh, no one's reaching out, or especially this year, we're not out in public. So it's like, we're just sitting and we're waiting and we're like, but if we take our business and take true ownership and send out the messages, and maybe you start by just simply inviting some of your current customers to watch New Year's kickoff with you, because I want you to be doing all of that too, and not just posting it in a group. Physical voice texts or phone calls. I just sent off 2 yesterday. Hey, Jen, I really want you to, I want to tell you about this. I know you had interest in the business. Would you be open? Would you be open? Would you be open? And just getting really good at that verbiage. And you know what's beautiful? You're going to start to hear that verbiage on the people in your teams. They're going to use your verbiage, and it's not my verbiage. It's verbiage I got from other people, right? I'm just passing the baton. The baton was passed to me and I'm just passing it forward. So decide once and do the work forever. And I will leave you with the concept, which is my favorite part of this whole business, or what I constantly am reminding myself of, which is the 80-20 rule. Okay, the 80-20 rule. I think I have a kid behind me. Okay. the 80-20 rule of it's the Pareto's principle. In this business, you will find a lot of people who will do a little. A lot of people will do a little. That's what this always is. A lot of people will do a little, and a few will throw the gas on it. Okay? Honey, please. A few will throw the gas on it. Well, the lot doing the little, that is a direct effort of your duplication effect. Okay? The lot doing a little, that's great. And a little is, I mean, that's beautiful. It's $300 to $500. It's life-changing for a lot of people. It's manager. It's, some to director. But don't ever feel that if you have a lot of people doing a little, that you're doing it wrong. That means you're getting duplication right. You're getting it just right. And then you're going to identify the ones that are, they're the aces, or they want to take it to the next level and they want to shoot for the moon and they are all in and they are stake in the ground, 1,000,000 feet cemented. You're going to find those ones. But it starts with you teaching and really going after the concept of duplication. And I mean, it's a beautiful thing. You're going to watch lives change. You're going to watch people out earn you on your team. I mean, if it happens to me, I'm like, that's amazing. That's a goal. That's wonderful. So I'll pause in case there are questions. I mean, that's really what I have planned. If any of it questions, I'm happy to talk through any more. Okay. Yes, Teresa, taproot into who they enroll. So taprooting is the concept of finding the people. For example, Teresa's 3, she's my 3 PET. 3. So she's Amanda's 4 PET, right? It's beautiful. She's building a whole team. All her networks are all over, and she's mid-20s. I mean, are you kidding? It's just, and we found the connection, made the synergy. We dreamed big. Talked a lot about her, what she wants to create in life, got her to an event, and now she's going and doing it. And that's exactly what this business is. So I hope it's helpful.
Thank you. Seriously, Jamie, spot on. Allison, you are the queen of duplication. I love this. I'm so glad you were out for the chatting on this call tonight. Seriously, you guys, throw some love in the chat for her. I love this call. And yes, duplication and mastering the consistency of duplication and putting in the effort until, right? Continue until. So awesome. Have a wonderful Sunday. So excited about what is to come. Next week, we're gonna talk through some annual recognition, do a little fun Christmas party, and then we will be off the weekend after, the Sunday after that for Christmas. So just a little heads up on that, but I'll post that in our biz group too. So, all right. Thanks again, Allison.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you all. Bye, guys. See you next week.